I'm going to do what I want. And then when we have a conversation about it, I'm just going to say, oh, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand that, which PTSD here. I'm not in that situation anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Now, I hope you guys like this new angle that I'm trying out. Usually I'm sitting right there, my camera up, but I'm trying to do something a little bit different this time. So recently, a new article came out saying that E-2 visas have been on the decline since 2020. According to the article, E-2 visa applications, or the ones that are being granted, are down 47%. Now, when you continue to look at that article, it talks about things such as not needing teachers because of AI. Now, as someone who lives in Korea and who is a part of the Facebook group that saw this particular article, I had just as many opinions about why they're on the decline, just as everyone else on Facebook. And I want to get into why the E-2 visa process, or why E-2, basically English teachers, are no longer, coming to South Korea, or why South Korea really isn't that attractive. Now, what I do want to point out, the E-2 visa is not just for English teaching. It is a language teaching visa. So you speak Spanish, Portuguese, whatever, Chinese, whatever language there is out there. If there is a job here that is looking for that particular language, that is the visa that you will apply for to teach at that particular school, center, whatever it may be. All right, so my first reason why E-2 visas are really on the decline would be Korea is no longer the hidden gem that it used to be. In recent 15 years, K-pop has exploded, Korean food has exploded, K-dramas have really exploded. And in that 15 period time frame, we have been, including myself, we have been looking at Korean through YouTube, through Netflix, through all those other services that they have. Also, what I think is that a lot of the hidden gems of Korea are not really hidden gems anymore. You have the Bucheon Hanok village, which has changed so much since I've come here in 2019. When I first got here, the alleyway or the Hanok village was filled with people, and there weren't many restrictions. But recently, within the last, I guess 5 years, now there are a lot of restrictions here, and there's still a bunch of people, but you have to be silent when you go through. There's also a curfew. I believe everyone has to be out the alleyway at around 5 or 6 p.m. That is just one of the places that has kind of gotten so much attention that it's now not good attention. I do not think people are tired of Korea or Korean culture. I just think it was kind of just like this rush to it. And I think what's happening right now with this rush is that it's kind of just, dying down just a little bit. People still love Korean culture, still want to come to Korea, but I think it's just dying down a little. So the next one, I think it's probably going to be like the birth rate crisis. How does this affect E-2 visas? Well, a lot of schools have been closing down in the rural areas of Korea. And if there are not that many babies being born in Korea, who's signing up for these Hagwons? In addition to who's signing up for these Hagwons, the amount of Hagwons there are and the amount of babies they have, it's going to be like a split. Everyone's fighting for this small pool of kids. Everyone is not going to be happy with the amount of kids that are going to sign up for that Hagwon. Now, for you, my E-2 visas, right? In the comments, I see people, they're from different places that they teach. For my people from China, Japan, Taiwan, wherever you are, you might want to listen to this. My number 3 reason why E-2 visas are down is because more people are educated about the E-2 visa. It seems as though employers really do have control over your visa, meaning you can't just quit your job or give them a 2-month notice and then go find another school. They have to give you something called a letter of release. And if they don't want to give you that letter of release, you're kind of stuck in a situation. You can't really go to the new school because the letter of release has to be given to the immigration office, and the immigration will release that school's responsibility to you, but they will be looking for the next school's responsibility to put on your file. So if the school is not really trying to give the letter of release, you have to maneuver and move in certain ways. That way you can get them to give you the letter of release even before you leave the school. Y'all already know I had quit a school. I got my letter of release a month before because I just know what I'm doing. I've been here long enough and I'm educated about the different processes to get your letter of release. It just seems as though everyone is more educated about employers pushing their control, showing how much control that they have, and being very manipulative with releasing you from your contract or deciding when you get to leave. All right, so my next reason, I believe this is number 4 here. Other countries just simply pay more, you know? Now for me, I get way more than the average teacher. I think like the average salary, I'm gonna quote it, but then I'm gonna put a little screenshot in here, is around like 2.3 to 2.5, maybe 2.6. I was high, say 2.6, which is maybe like $1,500 to $1,700 a month. Other countries just simply pay more. In China, they pay double that. In Japan, I think it's actually like fairly similar to Korea. Now I know in Thailand, it is much lower than that. People really aren't coming to Korea because of people like me, other YouTubers, other people on TikTok. You know, they are letting people know that, hey, you get more money somewhere else. You love Korea? Okay, cool. Go to China, teach there on your vacation, visit Korea. Don't just live in Korea because, you know, you're gonna get paid less. This one right here, I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about it, but I think it's really important. The Korean won has really gotten weaker. So we just talked about, you know, pay and how like what you get paid is not really that much back in America. I compared it to America. Right now, for 1,000,000 won, you know what? I want to correctly convert this. 1,000,000 won only gets you, $652.49. Since the won has dropped so much, people feel like, oh, it's not really worth it to teach in Korea. They can go somewhere else and make more money, which hence is what I said before. So I think that's another reason why the E-2 visa has been on the decline here in Korea. Now this one, I got personal experience with this one. My last one is that not just in Hagwons, teaching in English has just gained a horrible, deplorable reputation. Now I am blessed to be where I am because I am very cool with my boss. My boss is so nice. I'll say how nice my boss is after I talk about this. But these schools, it's like sometimes you feel like they don't have respect for the teachers that they hired to come over here. It's the terrible apartments, the small apartments. I will never do another video about this window. It's the terrible apartments, like the dirty apartments, the moldy apartments, the old apartments, the small apartment, the minimal break, the lack of training, last minute schedule changes, disrespectful workers, foreign and Korean, the lack of support, the issues with the parents, the issues with the kids, all of these things, the miscommunications that are really not miscommunications. It's more of like, I'm going to do what I want. And then when we have a conversation about it, I'm just going to say, oh, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand that, which PTSD here. I'm not in that situation anymore. The lack of vacation or the small amount of vacation that you get, which I'm actually like half and half on that one. I really am. And I'll explain that maybe in another video why I don't think the vacation is that bad coming from a person from America. Okay, I really don't think the vacation is that bad. But anyway, all those issues have really given Korea's English teaching job just a horrible reputation, just deplorable. People would deal with these things if you paid like China paid. You know, if you was paying people 5 million won to deal with this stuff, people would happily do it. Happily. Actually, they wouldn't even be upset about some things. They would just be like, oh, I'm just going to do it because it's just going to turn out to be a miscommunication, and I'm just not even trying to worry about it. You know, people would happily be fake for the kids, like kids they don't like, you know, to apologize for things that they probably didn't do, you know, to deal with certain coworkers that they really fucking dislike. But they don't do these things because the pay doesn't match the effort that you have to put in.
It is 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm about to get ready to go to school because I have English camp on a Saturday morning here in Korea. And you know, it's like when I watch other people who like really enjoy teaching in Korea, I'm always happy for them because I want everyone to enjoy what they're doing, you know. But I would say for me, like, this has been the hardest job that I've ever done in my whole entire life so far. And I don't enjoy it. I love my students. I think my students are great. I am very blessed with wonderful students. But like being a teacher is just not it. And it could just simply be because of all the stuff that I have to do. You know, what's crazy, the other day, there was a teacher that said to me, I'm very aware that like you do a lot of work. You do a lot of things that I'm sure other foreigner teachers in this town don't have to do, which is true because there's been times that I have said like certain things that I have to do at school. And then like my foreigner friends are like, oh, I don't have to do that. And I'd be like, what? I thought we were all doing it. It turns out it's just me. It's just me. And sometimes that makes me sad. Because like I don't want to do it, but I don't have a choice. I just have to do it because every school is different. In my school, you know, they gonna work me, okay? Yeah, so I am exhausted on a regular basis. On top of me having to do English camp last Saturday and this Saturday, today's the last day of English camp. I am so ready to be done with it. Like, oh my gosh.
You know, it's things like that, which is why AI is not the reason why the teachers are not coming here anymore. It is the people who are running these Hagwons, who are in charge of these English teachers, understanding that the teacher is a resource just like the parent is, just like the parent's money is, just like the student is. And I get it. It is a business. But what is so funny, because I heard this one time, someone said to me like, oh, like, you know, this is a business. Like, I have to care about what the parents say. And I said, okay, this is a business, right? This is a business? And the person's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm bringing my resources to your business. That way your business can make money. This is a business relationship. So just like you have to respect the people on your side, you have to respect me because I am how you make money. You don't make money from you. You make money from me, from the skills that I bring to the table. Yes, you put up this establishment, but without the teachers, and I'm pointing to myself, without the teachers, you don't have a business. And that is the problem here. Now, I did say I was going to share something about my boss because I feel like I finally found somebody who she understands. She's a businesswoman. This lady has businesses. But I think she does understand the value that her foreign teachers bring to the table. I was going through something recently which really left me like in a bad state of mind, you know, and I was really down. I was going to work. I was still teaching, doing my thing. The students couldn't see my demeanor, but the other teachers saw it. Some of the Koreans, they really saw it. And my boss was, you know, talking to me. Some rumors were going around, like, why I was down. And she just asked me, like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? And I already knew some rumors were going around. I think she thought I know she thought I was upset with her. And I told her, no, I got some personal things going on. But I elaborated on what was really on my mind. And she felt really bad. She was like holding my hand, like caressing my hand, like, it's going to be okay. Like, Kanchana, like, she was like, oh, like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, I'm just going to stay home. When I'm emotional, I clean. It just helps me focus. She was like, oh, go out with Tim. She was telling me go out with Tim. She's like, go out with Tim. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. She was like, no, go to Hapjeong. Hapjeong is right next to Hongdae. Actually, I love Hongdae. I'm sorry to say it. I do. Like, Hongdae is a vibe to me. I hate E-2. Anyway, she's like, go to Hapjeong, go get some drinks. And I'm like, I don't know. I just want to stay in the house. And she was like, no, go out. She was like, go home, get ready. That day I got off at 7:20. She was like, go home, like, get ready, right? And you and Tim gonna go out. And in my mind, I told her yes, but I texted Tim and I told Tim, like, just tell her no, like, we not going nowhere. So when I'm at home, I didn't shower, do anything. I was just like chilling, I was cleaning. I wasn't chilling, I was cleaning. And Tim texted me like, yo, what you say to da-da-da? And I'm like, I didn't say anything. He's like, well, she gave me some money And she said she wanted to come, but she couldn't come because she has a kid, which I totally respect. She was like, oh, she gave me some money. Let's go out. Let's get some drink. Let's get some food. That right there said all I needed to say. This lady only knows me teaching with her. She did not need to give my coworker money for us to go out and have drinks. She was that concerned about me, and she noticed that I wasn't like, if you meet me in person, I like to joke. I'm pretty happy. Like, I like to talk. I was not that. I was complete opposite. I was like really shut off. I was really, really quiet. To me, it seemed like she cared. Like, one of my teachers is really down, and I wish I could go out with him to make him feel better. I can't because I have a child at home, which I totally respect. So I'm going to give the other teacher money that lives downstairs from him. And I want them to go out together, get some drink, go get some food, and relax. And we did that. And we went out. We actually first, we didn't save the money, but we tried to be a little frugal because we know alcohol is expensive. We went to a GS. We bought a big bottle of alcohol. Then we went out. We got some barbecue. And I think we only paid an extra 5,000 won additional for everything. So I feel like I finally lucked up and found someone who actually cares about their teachers, who listens to the teachers, and I really respect that. And I think that is what these Hagwons need to do if you want to keep your teachers. All right, that's it. That is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed that particular topic. I was kind of worried if I wanted to talk about it or not, because I know that article came out early May. I have a couple videos I have lined up. I have another video that I'm editing right now. It's kind of lost footage, but I hope that gave a lot of you guys inside of Korea, a little insight. I hope it gave a lot of you outside Korea some insight as well to help you choose whether or not you really want to come to Korea. So I hope that helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much. If you're already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for continued support, and thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time in a new video.